Putin was a KGB agent, and he was, since 25 years ago, he became president. 2 years later, 60 Russians were here in Switzerland who helped Ivo Sasek to paint himself as the end-time prophet, with the mindset of his disciples to overthrow a state within a state and to prepare themselves for Armageddon, basically. They really believe the Bible is real, and the apocalypse of the Bible will happen, and we are in the end time, and they are the army of God against evil, against those shadow government, pedophile monsters, satanic, blood-drinking, often Jews, but not always. But Sam Altman is clearly one of that shadow government. Elon Musk, since decades, one of that shadow government, or Ivo Sasek paints him as one. Peter Thiel was painted 23 years ago as basically the Antichrist. Ivo Sasek paints himself as the Katechon from Second Thessalonic, which will hold back the Antichrist and reveal him if the time is right. So you can weaponize everything. The Bible is weaponizable, of course it is. And this theological worldview Ivo Sasek preaches is perfect. I mean, come on. Give me one other example, just one other example outside of a cult where one person, just one person, can orchestrate thousands of hardworking and super loyal, disciples. And there is nothing more powerful than a cult. So it is extremely interesting for something like a KGB to use the belief of hardworking, good people, the organic Christ generation, the OCG. They are the better half of society. Definitely. That makes them such perfect targets to, manipulate into the most powerful tool to manipulate. They think they have to use the devil's tool to stab the devil in the back when he does not expect it. Ivo Sasek told me personally, 23 years ago, when I was 17, back then he talked about us. My cousin is still there. Not allowed to talk to me. No. He told me, we will position ourselves so early on that the state has no idea that we are there. We will become the most professional, most advanced surveillance tool on the market. Install infrastructure nationwide under the radar of the population and, of course, the state, which is basically that shadow government, satanic, pedophile, blood-drinking monsters who cannot be saved by the blood of Jesus Christ. Söhne des Verderbens, sons of doom. To be one of those Satanists, to be one of those shadow government, if you are basically pinpointed from Ivo Sasek as the enemy, you are automatically a pedophile, blood-drinking monster who sacrifices innocent children to the Lord of Darkness. You have to do that to receive true power in this world. This is what Ivo Sazek promotes, and I'm 100% sure he does exactly know that this is not true. But his organic Christ generation, they believe they have to stop those pedophile satanic monsters, otherwise the shadow government will kill everyone except for 500 millions and then will enslave those 500 millions with the robot armies and artificial intelligence. This is second generation within that cult. Ivo Sazek had helped 23 years ago with Russians, where usually Ivo Sazek presented himself only with his family all the time. You could not think about Ivo Sazek without thinking about his whole family. You never saw him more than for 1 minute not surrounded by his family. But those prophecy sessions, nobody was there, not even Simon. We were too late. When we passed the checkpoint where we were, 4 Russians were there. You thought you leave Switzerland and it was das Hoheitsgebiet Ivo Sazek's. This is the holy ground of the end-time prophet, you know. It was right at the Autobahn. So 23 years ago. I forgot where it was, but it should be easy to pinpoint actually where it exactly was. 500 meters around that tent was nothing. It was in the middle of that huge area. And I saw when we drove to that prophecy tent, again, 500 meters, we have to try. And I saw to my left something moving, and I am autistic. I have a laser focus on something. If something, is moving in my peripheral, view field. And I stared at that, and I saw, okay, what the fuck? There are 5, 6 people with telescope objectives like big as you only know from BBC camera teams, and they were camouflaged. And then I looked at, I want to know if this is only from the left. I looked at the right, and there were also a team. And then they were everywhere around that tent. Probably, I don't know, 30 Russians or so were in the forest, and we have to drive 500 meters to that tent. And then, because we were too late, I saw how a dozen Russians out there outside the tent they were cracking cars open. They tried to hide what they did not succeed, but they played dumb. I had 3 Bible verses with me in my book, and those 3 Bible verses, I was there to kick Ivo Sazek's ass as a false prophet. I was not there to kiss his ass. But all others were in the Bemessung. They have gone through a very stressful and painful it is basically only those who really are determined to give everything what it takes will end up there. We were the only one, my cousin and I, we were the only one who did not go to those preparing sessions, which was over many days. And yeah, only Ivo Sasek was there and 60 Russians, which cracked the cars open. After a 3-hour input, which was very good from Ivo, very, very good. He is a very good preacher, I have to say. It was a break, only a short one, because we don't want to fall out that what did he call it? That flow, or yeah, we want to don't lose that. And then the prophecy session. So everyone who has to go to the toilet, or yeah, just grab a glass of water and drink, or grab a glass of orange juice. That was available. But when we go, there were 25 to 30 catering people. Everyone had one bottle of it was the complete overkill. One bottle of water at the back, or one bottle of orange juice. And if someone drank one glass and tried to grab another one, or drank water and then wanted to have orange juice, a catering person would not allow that, but give, yeah, water from or orange juice from the bottle. I was so impressed. Like, I did not realize what is going on in real time. Yeah, I was so impressed. Why they are so disciplined? I never saw anything like that. I started the whole scenery. They could not read me because I was very thirsty after I drank a glass. But to everybody else, they run immediately and yeah, filled up. They couldn't read me. I was very, very thirsty, but nobody came to me. So I studied the whole scenery. I was impressed. I was so impressed by what I saw. And then I put my glass down, walked away, and I thought, oh no. Actually, it was if something is suspicious, I immediately begin to check out what is going on, and yeah, I tried it and anyway, it's not that important, but I put my glass down. It was somebody grabbed it and it was not there anymore. I grabbed another glass of water and he came immediately running, tried to grab my glass, and I refused. No, this is, and then he told me, you cannot have another glass from the table. I should have asked him to fill up. And he told another guy to bring a glass, and I told him, no, this makes no sense. I do not trust you. Why should I not drink another glass from? And then I'm as stubborn as you can be, probably, literally. So he tried to physically remove the glass out of my hand, and I let him not do that. And then Ivo Sasek himself came to the scenery, and it was already people noticed what is going on, but when Ivo stepped in, everyone stopped talking. Everyone stopped talking, and all were staring at the scenery. Everyone. Ivo Sasek told that guy, or talked in Russian to that guy, and asked him something. He talked back, and Ivo Sasek looked at that catering Russian like I thought, oh my fucking God. he was so angry. Ivo Sasek was so pissed off. And I thought, oh my God, if he looked at him so angry, what will happen next? How will he? And then he looked at me peacefully, but very concerned. And I was, what did just happen? And then I drank the glass, and we went back. And I noticed that Ivo Sasek, at least 10 times, he looked very, very concerned at me. Very, very concerned. Not just a bit, very concerned. And also the catering people were looking at me very, very concerned. And it was prophecy music. This was probably 15 minutes after I drank. We all had that fresh up, you know. And it felt like I never felt so light, so. It was like, here is, like, what is this? Is this a holy present or so? Then I looked around me, and everyone was staring at the. Ivo was not there in front of them or of us. It was just music, and not real music, or it was played music, prophetic music they called that. Very loud and weird, actually. I didn't like it, but it felt like something is going on. And I watched around me, and everyone was staring with mouth open. And I realized we are all drugged. We are all drugged. And it's more to that, but I cut off. Later, he looked directly into my eyes and told me exactly those 3 Bible verses I had on my bookmark, which I would challenge him with those 3 Bible verses as a false prophet in front of everyone. That's why I was there, to kick his ass as a false prophet. The Russians would not allow that at all, so they didn't allow me to bring my book with me, and I saw them crack cars open outside. I saw that with my own eyes. Later, again, Ivo Sasek, so they collected information and had 3 hours time to, do something out of those informations. And it was not only Russians, a handful of Swiss people were also there. I noticed actually one face here in Sengel. She's here. 23 years later. But I know I recognized her face immediately. She probably is. I mean, she knew Ivo Sasek is a charlatan. So she is probably a Russian spy here in Sengel, and helped Ivo Sasek to this is serious. This is serious. This is it. I knew what I saw. I prepared myself as well for 23 years. Oh, just a sec. 23 years ago, 60 Russians helped Ivo Sasek to paint himself as the end-time prophet with a holy mission to overthrow the state within a state, which consists out of pedophile satanic monsters who cannot be saved, who have to be stopped. To do that, we have to become the most powerful surveillance tool on the market, so we could use the devil's tool against him. A Palantir software was always the goal, to gain access, but to then overthrow the state within a state. The organic Christ generation is not the enemy. The organic Christ generation was manipulated by, well, highly likely some Russian psyop straight out of the playbook of some sinister KGB psychiatrist or so. This is second generation within that cult, truly believing. Sam Altman, who is a Jew, who is a gay Jew, who, when he was asked in an interview, is there a shadow government? He told, no, there is no shadow government. Yeah, he, if my information is correct here, he has a genetic child, or it is a true child between him and his husband, which is a godly abomination for the organic Christ generation and Ivo Sazek. Peter Thiel, also gay, and yeah, Palantir yeah, Elon Musk, basically everyone who is involved with space travel or something like this is, yeah. Starlink satellites, they believe, are already sending down frequencies who were manipulated by those shadow government, pedophile, satanic, yeah, monsters to reprogram us humans in the sleep. Again, they believe those Satanists will kill everyone except for 500 million and then enslave the rest with robot armies and AI. This is what they believe they have to prevent, and basically to bring down Silicon Valley. Yeah, and Switzerland is quite a very good place to do that. We have AI summits, we have the WEF, yeah. I have god fucking damn bad news for everyone. Bad news for the Swiss citizen. Well, Switzerland is in the stronghold of that doomsday cult and has been infiltrated by the organic Christ generation who believe they have to stop a pedophile state within a state, otherwise there is no tomorrow worth living for, so they are determined to do whatever it takes to cut off all arms at once of that octopus organization in the background, yeah, that pedophile shadow government. Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, Sam Altman, everyone, even Jensen Huang, and literally, this is even Demis Hassabis and people like, yeah, everyone with true power in this world is. You only can have true power, true power in this world with, yeah, the approval of that shadow government. So you are one of that shadow government, which is a soul who cannot be saved by the law, not even by the blood of Jesus Christ. So they have to be stopped. But also for the organic Christ generation, it is a very sad, yeah, the new information I have to bring you guys. Ivo Sazek is not the end-time prophet. He is not the chosen one during Armageddon. He's not an apostle of Jesus Christ. He is a god-fucking damn liar, deceiver, manipulator, a charlatan who had help from 60 Russians who drugged us, cracked cars open, collected informations. A handful of Swiss people were also there. They, yeah, helped Ivo Sazek to look me deeply into my eyes, and he told me exactly those 3 Bible verses. I want to confront him, and he changed the meaning of those Bible verses like it's like his theology is right. our fight is against flesh and blood, not like, yeah. My theological worldview was we do not. It's not a fight against people. It's a fight against evil forces in the heavenly realm. So we have to pray, we have to fast, we have to strengthen our belief through studying the Word of God, and things like that, to prepare ourselves for the end time. If we are thrown in jail because of our belief, we will, we will not lose our belief. We will hold strong. This was my theological viewpoint. Ivo Sazek himself, or he painted an enemy again, Söhne des Verderbens, sons of doom, who cannot be saved, not even by the blood of Jesus Christ, so they have to be stopped by any means necessary. What would you be capable if you would believe with every fiber of your being, either you and your loved ones stop those shadow governments, or there is no tomorrow worth living for? I know exactly what I would be capable. And guys, Ivo Sazek almost convinced me, and I was there to kick his ass, not to kiss his ass. If it would not have been late, if I would not have seen with my own eyes that there were people, well, first of all in the forest, and Ivo Sazek himself, acknowledged that those were Russians, and because he want to know if the Satanists are spying on him. This was his cover story. Yeah, but if I would not have seen that, if I would not have seen that they are cracking cars open, if I would not have realized we were drugged, Ivo Sazek probably would even have convinced me that he is the real deal. So how can you guys, Organic Christ Generation, people who really believe Ivo Sazek is the end-time prophet, be blamed? I really think you cannot be blamed. I really think you are not the enemy, and you have to be shielded. Yeah, because how can a regular Swiss citizen be prepared for a state infiltration through a hostile state like Russia? You cannot blame. You cannot. So, like I attack right now Ivo Sazek, I will fight for you guys to this is the only thing I can promise. I mean, many laws were broken. The state infiltration is not nothing. Yeah. But this is a state infiltration over decades, orchestrated by, well, something like a KGB. 2 years after Putin became president, 60 Russians were here in Switzerland to help Ivo Sazek to become a very powerful end-time prophet, with a goal to overthrow the state within a state. This is hybrid war. And I'm here to tell you guys, there is nothing holy about Ivo Sazek. He is a liar, he is a deceiver, he is a charlatan. And everyone who will stand between me and him, well, I would wish we kick his ass together, but I will do whatever necessary to shovel you out of the way. And I mean, not breaking the law or something. It was not, Yeah. I'm not a violent person. I want to see Ivo Sasek in jail. I want to see him arrested by the police and thrown in prison for what he did to me as a 17-year-old and what he did to you guys over all those years. My game plan included a very fair option to you guys to adapt to the new informations. Because I think you guys deserve. And you're not the enemy. It's like brothers and sisters. Ivo Sasek does not deserve you guys. Ivo Sasek is not righteous. You guys are basically righteous people tricked into do psychopathic things without being actual psychopath. Station 3 in Pfäffers, and not just Station 3. Yeah. Littenheit was just the tip of the iceberg. And now you guys know that I know that. I know about Pfäffers, the fortress of you guys. Infiltrated. Damn, this is next level. This is next level. Not just to, stuff there is not only they are from Ivo Sasek, including the patients. Yeah. With one exception for one Nachtwache. Night watch. One night watch was not from Ivo Sasek. And actually, the peer and also the one religious guy who an old pastor or so, which comes and you can have a private talk session. But the rest, Ivo Sasek. I know about Goliath Stübli, I know about Sternapotheke. Guys, I know about that 69% of the people on the gas, on the streets, are Ivo Sasek infiltration agents. Yeah, this is what I let you know that I know so far. Yeah, you guys thought, well, until now it must have felt like nobody saw you guys coming. Nobody. You installed, a predator early detection system around me, instrumentalized society to, help you guys fight that holy war. And now you realize I challenged Ivo Sasek 6 years ago in Aarau to trigger that system onto me so I can study the whole system and I can tag you guys. I let you believe you are in control. Well, if you know your enemy's confirmation bias, you're capable to set traps your enemy is willingly walking into. This is, guys, Ivo Sasek told me his whole game plan. This problem you have with me is only and alone Ivo Sasek's own fault. Mene, teklu farsin. Gewogen wurdest du und als zu leicht befunden. I challenged him. I knew exactly how to trigger an emotional response. He made me to the most powerful weapon against himself. Yeah. My game plan was to trigger that system. My game plan was to become such a huge story nationwide that it is impossible to put me under the carpet. And then use those insights by studying over years the whole system to spot all those weak points and, well, full spectrum attack. Become a hypersonic tsunami and attack all weak points at once, which is tell the people in the system the truth that there is a hidden layer which does manipulate. So the system, the people themselves would become immune against that manipulation. I was in the light the whole time, where it hurts, where I have to be. You, Ivo Sazak, and people like Dr. Sebastian Lorenz have manipulated the system out of the shadow. So I had to trust into my intuition that, or from a theoretical, systematical standpoint, if a system was created to be manipulated out of the shadow, and it's a surveillance system, at a certain point it would be an advantage to stand in the light. I had to trust my intuition that at a certain point a quantum fluctuation would occur, and it is not a disadvantage that all those people within that system were manipulated against me, because this is a hell of a stage you gave me, a hell of a stage. So I can talk to the people themselves to tell the truth that this whole system around me, nationwide, was installed not by, they are not what they claim to be. It is a state infiltration through an organic Christ generation, people who themselves were manipulated to become the most powerful tool to manipulate IV Staatsspitzel are to 69% Ivo Sazak infiltration Spitzel. Since the Dezentralisierung from Ladendetektive, nationwide, Ivo Sazak placed again 69% of those Ladendetektive are Ivo Sazak infiltration agents. I studied the system, guys. I tagged you, guys. But you deserve a fair chance. And I want to see for myself if you guys are capable to adapt to the new information or not. And I will choose my next, well, steps accordingly. Do not underestimate a throwaway agent, which means in this context, I'm willing to let you guys melt my fucking brain if it gives me the opportunity to tell you guys the truth. This system you installed around me was only installed to manipulate society, to play your agenda. You have small Natasha Romanovs, your own children, who were only made to fight a good fight, which is to overthrow that satanic pedophile shadow government. You can make look everyone like a pedophile because you use the devil's tools, which is energy frequency weapons, portable ones. You tell people for what they have to look. Is someone looking suspicious? Is there suddenly a strange reaction when a child walks by, which you had told to walk there? You instructed people like Coop-Verkäufer, SBB-Personal, and so on, to witness the whole thing. And at that very moment that kid walks by, you trigger an energy weapon, and which causes all kinds of different physical, symptoms, which then will be noticed as we all know what we have seen. Those micro expressions you cannot fake. So we saw strange staring, or suddenly even, you can literally make someone stop in the middle of a sentence if you want with those weapons. And I know you guys doing that because you think those Satanists are so powerful that they can hide all, or they kill innocent children and are so powerful that they can hide all proof, so there is no evidence. So you guys have to basically fake the evidence so the people are seeing the true nature of that shadow government. Use the devil's tool against him. Guys, until now, you could convince yourself you're fighting the good fight. Until now. But not anymore. Not anymore. I have seen through the whole thing. I have let you do that because it gives me the opportunity to tell you guys the truth. And the truth is, Ivo Sasek is God fucking damn charlatan, a liar, a deceiver, who had help from Russians to deceive you guys, to manipulate you guys, the organic Christ generation, into the most powerful surveillance and manipulation tool there is, probably on the whole planet. You guys have indeed become the most powerful surveillance tool on the market. This is Gestapo 2.0 on steroids, with Swiss precisions at peak performance. This is next level. But not only you guys had 23 years to prepare, I did as well. Now here we are. You're realizing it was not the game plan of an end-time prophet. There is nothing holy about Ivo Sasek. I tricked him to trigger his system onto me, which gave me the opportunity to study the whole system, pinpoint weak points, and attack those weak points at once, either in the best at the best strategic time or in the last possible time. Ivo Sazek was not capable to read me as a 17-year-old, so I tricked him into tell me everything. I deceived him into trigger his system onto me so I can study the whole system. I can tag you nationwide. To tell you guys directly into your faces, Ivo Sazek is not what he claims to be. He is not. He is not. There is nothing holy about him. I repeat myself, yeah, but he's a charlatan, a liar, a deceiver. He does not deserve an organic Christ generation. He does not deserve you guys. And I forgive you guys everything until now you have done to me. I repeat, I forgive all of you guys what you have done to me over those years until now. But you will do to me from here on, I will take quite personally because I told you the truth. And if the truth does not matter to you guys, I will choose my actions accordingly. But I would wish to kick Ivo Sazek's ass with you guys. I'm standing here in front of you with the truth. And now, how you guys will adapt to that new information. This will show what kind of a system you truly are. Is it not corrupt? Is it not a lie? You have to acknowledge big, huge mistakes were made. Huge mistakes were made. Love to remind you, this problem all you guys have with me is only and alone Ivo Sazek's fault. He tried to use you guys to repress the information I have to tell you guys. Can you not see how you were manipulated, deceived? I refuse to believe that you guys can have so high moral values and not be ashamed by what you did. Not course correct by those new informations. I refuse to believe that. I refuse. Even if you guys are melting my brain to the point of retardness, I will tell you guys the truth. I'm willing to lose everything. There is nothing you can take from me which I'm unwilling to lose. I will not stop until Ivo Sazek is in prison until Ivo Sasek is arrested by the police and in jail for what he did to me as a 17-year-old and what he did to you all guys over all these years. This is not a holy war. There is nothing holy about Ivo Sasek. He manipulated you into the most powerful tool to manipulate. You use energy weapons to trigger micro-expressions. You use children as spy kids, as pedo bait. You manipulate society into observing the whole fake scenery, to trick society into helping you. And you are convinced this is the right thing to do, because the population would of course help you guys if they would know what you know. But the average citizen is brainwashed by the media, and the media did not tell anything about child sacrificing blood rituals from Satanists who control the world and want to kill everyone except for 500 million. So they are not capable to digest the truth. But if they would be capable to digest the truth, they would of course help you, but they are tricked by thinking there is no shadow government. So the average citizen is so dumb or so manipulated, we even help an Elon Musk to build his starships, to put more satellites into orbit. We help even people like Demis Hassabis and Sam Altman to create artificial intelligence, which then will be used to enslave us. We are helping to build the robot armies who then will kill us all. So it is okay to lie. Those are white lies. You tell the truth from something you know what is going on, but are no evidence for it. So it is okay to fake evidence. It is okay to manipulate Swiss citizens into playing your agenda, because they would help you. Of course they would help you. Of course, yeah, even Mother Teresa would want to rip off someone's head who sacrifices innocent children to the Lord of Darkness after abusing them sexually and then drink their blood. Come on. Of course everyone would help. So it is okay, everyone, to deceive, to manipulate into helping your guys' own agenda. It is okay to use energy weapons to fake micro-expressions, physical response, to make something visible you guys know is happening, but there is no true evidence for it. Just a sec, it transcribes. I know why you think you have to do what you do. And I kind of respect that, you know? You are so determined. This is rare. This is extremely rare. You guys take that shit so serious. Like, again, it feels like you guys are kind of brothers and sisters, but with a dangerous, virus installed. Super dangerous worldview. Yeah, it's an uncomfortable truth that good people can do psychopathic things without being a psychopath. It's an uncomfortable truth. You can literally feel love by melting someone's brain with an energy weapon if you are convinced, if you destroy some neurons in this pedophile satanic blood monster's brain, yeah, it is not capable to harm kids anymore. You can feel love by doing the most psychopathic thing without being a psychopath, but with a wrong mindset. The organic Christ generation is manipulated by Ivo Sasek into the most powerful tool to manipulate. This is next level. This is bigger than Snowden. This is bigger than WikiLeaks. This is the biggest Spygate in recorded history. My name is Stefan Bösch, and Captain Carlos is kind of my story. You will also find me on X as Stefan Bösch or Captain 69 Carlos. Actually, Captain Carlos is still blocked. Yeah, I was censored. Yeah, which is yeah was yeah. This fight is not finished yet. Yeah. All right. Well, I do not have good news. I'm sorry, but I have the truth. Switzerland is infiltrated by a doomsday cult who thinks they have to overthrow a pedophile shadow government, otherwise there is no tomorrow worth living for, use the devil tools against him, trick society into helping their own agenda. Yeah. But to the organic Christ generation, you are a Russian psyop. Ivo Sasek is not an end-time prophet. You guys are all tricked into belief that, and therefore infiltrated by the most powerful infiltration state I am aware of from Russia. This is exactly why I will defend you guys. Exactly with, yeah, how I attack right now Ivo Sasek. I want to see him in jail, and I will shovel everyone out of the way who stand between me and him. But of course, everything within the law, not literally shovel out of the way. Yeah, no violence. Yeah. All right.